Jewish cap without the perfect circular circumference. Eventually I will solve that sliding problem. I'm working pelvis muscles, the hip joints, the walking muscles that run along the spinal way down, and each vertebra has segments of muscle tissue and sponge material between the joints. I'm working them as well. What they do in turn is they massage the cartilage, the spongy tissue, strengthening them as well. I am actually actually turning as though it's a pipe in the act of turning. And it happens incrementally. And you got to explode your arms in synchrony with it. Whether on the way back or on the way in. If you can do it right in the middle. Actually, you can do it at any point you wish. It doesn't really matter. And then the closer you get to the object you hit, you learn how to the specific areas that impact as though you were hitting out further. You gotta be able to get out here, beyond out here, any point in between, and very close. You should be able to have the same knockout power, the same bone breaking force at any distance. But that's not the main objective, okay? The main objective is that it gives you a chiropractic workout, massage as well. And I call it chiropractic, but in reality, it's just the way the body was designed to move, and the movements, not the chiropractor, the movements, like the chiropractor, massage the cartilage, the tissues, and most importantly, the spinal cord. The spinal cord has a direct line to the brain. It is used to store memories. Actually, let's go further. Every cell in your body is storing. It's the heat getting to my brain and causing me to sound like a Puerto Rican. The brain stores memories in every cell in your body, beginning with spinal cord. The theory is that the entire spinal cord is supposed to fill, but it's empty. That's where the autonomic system stores all the trash, things you no longer think about, things you no longer remember, unnecessary experiences, incrementally small, humongously big, and those you're probably not aware of anyway. Well, anyway, what you're not aware of is stores, and what you're aware of is stores as well. That's that simple. Well, working your vertebra, not just sit-ups, not just twisting, no. From a standing upright position, from a sitting position, do the exercises and you focus on it for hours, you will be strengthening by thickening the spinal cord as a response to the exercises, okay? It's that simple. It stimulates meridians, it stimulates those canals that you got going through your body. It opens them up, it gets them flowing, and your body cools at a faster rate. But I haven't arrived there yet. I am 57 years old and I haven't arrived. Like all senior citizens, I got my dysfunctions and ailments. I live with them. They live with me. It's that simple. Okay? But anyway, I sit down and look and I make the adjustments as well psychologically. Then I try to remember this is what I was doing, or looks like what I was doing. Let me consciously add a little more fine tuning to it. The closer the better. The closer the better. To stimulate your vertebra all the way down to the pelvis, to the hip joints where they're universally round, permit rotation, down to the knees, to stimulate and exercise the tendons on each side of the knee joints, behind and in front of the knee joints. It stimulates them. You can rip them, and if you do, you've never worked them before. That's when they rip. But if you approach it like I have, slowly, carefully, as time goes by, they strengthen, and they'll be there for you when you need them the most. But they move to snap, okay? Same thing with your ankles. Same thing with the structure of the foot. They were designed to give, to slide, in response to the torque forces, okay? And that's what the human body is like. It's a machine, a biological machine, physiological machine. It's made of metal, conducting electricity. Electrical impulses permeate to their directions through the nerve endings, but they do surge through the metal in the bone, okay? It's electromagnetic in nature. But anyway, the point of the matter is that if you exercise in those ways you thought were not valuable or worth wasting your time on, you need to, because that's why it takes so much time to develop, because they become, let me put it this way, the weakest areas become the strongest. But you have to pay attention to them. You can't look for shortcuts to perform mightily in one area to compensate for the weakness in another area, because you never know what event is going to directly affect those weakened areas. And if those weakened areas have been ignored, you're going down. It's as simple as that. Do I sound like I enjoy demolishing another human being? No, I'm pointing out realities that are pertinent to as consequences to what I've just described. If you do to the contrary, okay? Now, we all have a way of doing things. You apply these principles according to how you move. If you know that you've been moving the way somebody else taught you, save it, put it to the side. Find out how you really move that you were taken away from, and then work from there, okay? I'm not the greatest fighter. I'm not the strongest man. I'm not better than anybody, but I see the human potential. See, and you can also see the human potential. Make that effort to look. We don't have to aspire to be like other great men. It's good. Admire them for it. You need to aspire towards becoming like what inspired them. That invisible force and law of nature that operates the way it's specifically designed. Later.